Welcome back, you magnificent mind, to another deep dive. Okay, so today we're tackling a subject that, let's be honest, often gets a bit of a bad rap.
Hmm.
We're talking about senior dogs. You know those majestic creatures who've perfected the art of the slow blink,
Yeah.
and whose idea of a wild time is maybe shifting position on the rug, riveting
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely thrilling.
Yeah.
But hold on to your hats, okay? Because we're about to sort of bust that myth wide open.
Which myth?
That adopting a senior dog is like, I don't know, signing up for a lifetime supply of lukewarm chamomile tea and daytime television.
Oh, the truth.
Well, prepare for some serious underdog appreciation. Seriously.
Underdog, more like overnap champion. But yeah, you're right. Forget the chaos, right? The
Yeah.
tiny teeth gnawing on your ankles, oh God, the 5 a.m. sprints around the house.
Yes.
We're here today to unearth the surprisingly fantastic perks of welcoming a seasoned citizen of the canine world into your life. It's like skipping the awkward first dates, you know?
Exactly. So going straight to the comfortable companionship stage.
Right.
Precisely. There's this whole narrative out there, isn't there, about senior dogs being like riddled with health issues or they're incapable of bonding and just generally, well, on their way out.
Yeah, that's the perception.
And look, those concerns are understandable, on the surface, but they often overshadow a whole host of rather brilliant advantages.
Brilliant is putting it mildly. It's like saying you wouldn't hang out with someone over 50 because they might know all the lyrics to some terrible 80s power ballad.
Okay.
Sure, maybe. But they also probably have some pretty decent life hacks, right? And they won't keep you up till dawn explaining, I don't know, NFTs or something. Same idea with dogs.
Exactly. So our mission for this particular dip into the deep end
Yeah.
is to dismantle those tired old cliches. We want to spotlight the unexpected joy, the blissful convenience,
Indeed. Yeah.
and the genuinely profound connection that comes with giving a golden age dog a second shot. A second shot at belly rubs and squeaky toys.
Yeah. Or maybe just gentle head scratches, whatever
Mm.
floats their slightly older boat.
Whatever their preference, yeah.
So, prepare for your perceptions to be pleasantly, maybe even hilariously upended. Because we're not just talking about slightly less energetic fluffballs here.
Not at all.
We're talking about a whole different level of canine awesomeness. Okay, let's get this show on the road. First up, benefit number 1. What you see is what you get. Finally, some truth in advertising.
It's a revelation, isn't it?
Mhm.
Honestly. With a senior dog, the mystery box has been opened.
Yeah.
The personality is fully baked.
Fully baked. Love it.
You're not bringing home some fluffy little agent of chaos whose true nature will only be revealed after they've, redecorated your entire house with shredded toilet paper.
Right. It's like finally getting a movie trailer that actually matches the film. Imagine the relief. And the shelter folks, they can usually give you the lowdown, right? On their temperament.
Yeah, usually.
Are they a cuddle monster? A dignified loner? Do they tolerate, your cat's questionable fashion choices? They've got a history. You know what you're getting into.
Exactly. You'll have a pretty good idea if they're generally laid back, or maybe they still enjoy a bit of a potter around the garden, if they thrive on human interaction, or if they prefer some independent downtime.
Right.
There are usually no shocking personality twists waiting to unfold. Unlike those puppy years, which are basically one long, unpredictable plot development.
Oh, God, yes. So if your life isn't exactly a nonstop party, maybe you have a relatively calm household, perhaps other pets who appreciate a bit of zen.
A Zen vibe, yeah.
Or maybe you're just new to this whole dog thing and you're looking for less. Trial and error. This is a huge win. No unexpected leaps onto your unsuspecting guests, hopefully.
Which, brings us seamlessly to benefit number 2. Training already complete.
Oh,
Oh, the sheer, unadulterated joy of this one. Especially for anyone who's ever tried puppy potty training.
Oh, don't remind me. The dawn wake-up calls in the freezing rain, the frantic searches for that elusive accident. It's less walk in the park and more like an endurance sport you didn't sign up for. With terrible footwear.
Precisely. But so many senior dogs, they arrive already knowing the basics, house-trained. Often, yeah.
That alone.
Basic commands like sit and stay. Frequently, that's already in their repertoire. Some might even come with advanced skills, like being able to resist the urge to chase every single squirrel they see, which is, let's face it, a marvel of self-control.
A pre-programmed good boy or girl. Some might even have fancy qualifications. Knowing how to politely decline dropped food. I mean, that's a skill many humans haven't mastered.
Huh. True.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Your unchewed socks. your intact furniture.
Absolutely. Just think of the time and the energy saved. No more scrubbing carpets at 3 a.m., no more sacrificing your favorite shoes to the chewing
Oh,
gods.
shoe sacrifice is real.
For busy people, those juggling work and life, or frankly, anyone who just appreciates a bit of peace and quiet, this is priceless.
Right.
You get to skip straight to enjoying their company without that whole initial boot camp phase.
All right, let's move on. Benefit number 3, calm and low maintenance companions. Now look, I admire boundless energy from a safe distance,
Oh,
but sometimes what you really crave is a companion who just understands the profound joy of a good nap. Enter the senior dog.
their energy levels are generally, well, let's just say more refined than the Tasmanian devil impersonations you often get with puppies.
Refined, I like that.
They're usually pretty content with some gentle activity, happy to just chill while you're busy, and, importantly, far less inclined to demand constant entertainment or, turn your living room into an obstacle course.
And less likely to dig up your prize-winning petunias, I might add.
Yes, good point.
Or decide that your brand new sofa cushion is actually a fantastic squeaky toy in disguise in these days of mass destruction, often, thankfully, a distant memory.
Exactly. This more sedate nature, it just makes them fantastic companions for apartment dwellers, or maybe those with less active lifestyles, or really anyone who simply prefers a home that isn't constantly buzzing with that chaotic puppy energy.
Yeah.
They offer companionship without the constant need for, high-octane activities.
Okay, prepare yourself. We're heading into heartstrings territory now with benefit number 4. Unmatched gratitude and affection. Now, obviously, all dogs are capable of love, of course.
Of course.
But there's a certain, I don't know, poignant quality to the affection you receive from a senior rescue.
There truly is. It's different. Many senior dogs, they've experienced some form of upheaval in their lives. They might have been surrendered or ended up in shelters through absolutely no fault of their own. Maybe their owner passed away or circumstances just changed.
Yeah, it's often really sad stories.
It is. And because of this, when they find themselves in a stable, loving home again, the depth of their appreciation, it can be incredibly touching, really powerful.
It's like they genuinely know. They know they've been given a second chance. You see it, don't you? In those gentle leans, the soft nudges, those soulful eyes that just seem to say, thank you, thanks for not overlooking me. The loyalty feels, well, it feels earned deeply.
It's as if they really understand the value of the comfort and the security you're providing. There's often this quiet wisdom in their gaze, a sense of having seen a bit of life and truly appreciating the good stuff when it comes along. The bond, it can be remarkably deep and fulfilling.
Which leads us, actually rather nicely, to benefit number 5, providing a second chance. This one really gets you, doesn't it? Senior dogs, sadly, they often get overlooked in shelters. Their chances of adoption can be significantly lower than younger dogs.
Like a tough reality. It really is. Everyone, understandably, gets drawn to the cute, bouncy puppies, right? And these wonderful older dogs, they can become almost invisible simply because of their age.
Just walked past.
Yeah. So by choosing to adopt a senior, you are literally offering them a lifeline. You're providing them with comfort and dignity in their remaining years.
You're not just, acquiring a pet. You're giving a deserving soul a genuinely happy ending. And the profound satisfaction you get from seeing them blossom, seeing them relax and trust again after maybe a difficult past, it's a reward that's, well, it's hard to put into words.
It really is.
It adds this incredible layer of meaning to the whole relationship.
Absolutely. Knowing that you've made such a significant positive impact on a vulnerable creature's life. It's an incredibly powerful feeling. There's just this unique joy in witnessing their transformation and the happiness they rediscover in a loving environment.
Now, let's talk about a demographic that often finds senior dogs to be just an absolutely perfect fit. Older adults. That's benefit number 6.
Right.
Ideal companions for older adults. It's like they were made for each other, isn't it? This wonderfully calm, sensible way.
They're generally lower energy levels. They're more predictable routines. It often aligns beautifully with the lifestyles of older adults and retirees. They're usually content with gentle strolls, they don't require rigorous exercise, and often they're just happy to be a quiet, comforting presence nearby.
They offer this fantastic source of companionship without being overwhelming, right? They provide a gentle routine, a reason to get moving at a reasonable pace, of course,
Gentle pace.
and a whole lot of unconditional love. Plus, I'm convinced senior dogs are secretly experts at synchronized napping.
Probably. It's a truly symbiotic relationship, often. The dog offers companionship, which can be incredibly beneficial physically and mentally, while the person provides the stability, the care, and the affection that a senior dog really needs to thrive in their golden years.
And finally, benefit number 7, becoming someone's hero. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to rush out and invest in a cape,
Although,
although, no judgment if you do. But adopting a senior dog is a genuinely selfless and deeply rewarding act.
it really is. These dogs, through no fault of their own, as we said, they often find themselves in these really vulnerable positions. By opening your home and your heart to a senior dog, you become their champion, their hero,
Yeah.
and the trust they place in you, especially if they've experienced hardship before. It's incredibly humbling, really quite special.
It does feel like a mutual rescue sometimes, doesn't it? They might rescue you from a quiet house or a perhaps slightly too predictable life,
Hmm.
and you offer them a safe, loving haven for their twilight years. It's just this powerful connection built on kindness and the beautiful idea of second chances.
Now, look, it's impossible to talk about senior dog adoption without touching on some of the common worries people have. So let's just address those head on. Top of the list is often health.
Right. The people understandably fret about taking on a dog with potential age-related health issues. And okay, it's true, they might be a bit more prone to things like a little stiffness in their joints, some dental wear and tear, maybe their hearing isn't quite what it used to be, but
But, and this is a big but, the vast majority of these conditions are very manageable with good veterinary care. Think of it like um, owning a classic car, maybe.
okay.
It might require a bit more TLC, a bit more careful maintenance, but it can still provide a wonderfully smooth ride for years. Things like mild arthritis, for instance, can often be managed very effectively with joint supplements, maybe some medication, and regular gentle exercise.
And the shelters, they're usually pretty upfront about any known health conditions, aren't they? They typically do health assessments.
Yes, absolutely.
So you'll generally have a decent understanding of what you might be dealing with. They're not exactly trying to pull a fast one with a dog yes sticker or anything.
No, reputable rescues want the adoption to succeed. Another big concern people voice is the shorter time you might have together. And it's natural, right, to feel a pang of sadness at the thought of potentially less time.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
However, that very awareness, knowing that time might be more limited, can actually make the time you do have even more precious, more meaningful.
It becomes less about the total number of years and more about the quality of the moments, doesn't it? You really learn to savor those quiet cuddles, those happy little tail wags when you come home, that peaceful companionship. There's a real beauty in knowing you're making their final chapter a truly wonderful one.
Exactly. It encourages us all, really, to live more in the present and appreciate the simple joys. And look, while saying goodbye is never ever easy, the love and the connection you shared will be immeasurable and worth every single moment.
Totally worth it. And what about the fear of pre-existing behavioral quirks?
Yeah.
Baggage. Some folks worry that older dogs might come with ingrained issues from previous experiences.
Well, while it's possible, of course, that a senior dog might have some ingrained habits, good or bad, many are incredibly resilient and adaptable. You'd be surprised. And reputable shelters, again, put a lot of effort into assessing their temperaments and matching them with suitable homes. They want it to work out.
And even if challenges do arise, it's not necessarily game over, right?
Not at all. Patience, consistency, and a whole lot of positive reinforcement can work absolute wonders. Plus, there are fantastic professional trainers out there who specialize in working with adult dogs, including seniors. It's often just about understanding their history, if possible, and providing a supportive, loving, and predictable environment.
Okay, so if someone listening is seriously contemplating opening their heart and home to a senior dog, which, we clearly think is a great idea,
Highly recommend.
what are some key things to keep in mind? Preparation is probably key.
Preparation is always a good idea, yes. Do a little homework. Think about the breed or the mix and any potential age-related needs they might have down the line. Find a good vet, maybe one who has experience with senior pets, and definitely chat extensively with the shelter or rescue staff about the dog's background, their personality, their known history.
Good tips.
And creating a comfortable and accessible environment at home is also crucial. Think soft, supportive bedding orthopedic beds are amazing for older joints. Maybe some ramps or steps if they have mobility issues, getting up onto the sofa or into the car.
Yeah, little things make a difference.
And establishing a predictable daily routine really helps them feel secure, especially early on. Easy access to water, that kind of thing.
And maybe the biggest thing, the golden rule.
Yeah.
Just be patient. Give them time to settle in, time to decompress from the shelter or whatever came before, and time to realize they've finally landed somewhere safe,
Yeah.
somewhere loving, their forever home.
Exactly.
It might take a little while for their true personality to fully shine through, but trust me, the payoff when it does, it's
Right.
enormous.
Absolutely. Adopting a senior dog.
Yeah.
It's a truly special kind of love story. It really is.
Yeah.
While they might not have that frantic energy of youth anymore, they offer this depth of love, this incredible gratitude, and a certain seasoned wisdom, I suppose, that is truly unique.
They're a wonderful reminder that actually the best things in life often come with a little bit of history and maybe a few gray hairs around the muzzle.
Well said.
So we really urge you, next time you're thinking about adding a furry member to your family, maybe just take a detour. Go through the senior dog section at your local shelter or rescue, look beyond the slower pace, maybe the quieter demeanor.
You might just discover that the most profoundly rewarding relationships can blossom from the most wonderfully unexpected encounters. Giving a senior dog a second chance isn't just an act of kindness toward them. It's an act that genuinely enriches your own life in ways you might never have imagined.
So maybe the most wonderfully subversive thing you can do in our relentlessly fast-paced, always-on world is to choose the calm, steady companionship of a senior dog. You might just find that their quiet wisdom teaches you a thing or two about savoring the good life. Thanks for diving deep with